Has director James Cameron succeeded in one-upping Marvel and DC with Avatar 2? Let's find out. Welcome back to Bite-Sized Geek. You might recall in one of my earlier videos that James Cameron criticized the blockbuster films of Marvel and DC studios, saying that their character development is lacking because their characters don't experience the things that really ground us and give us power, love, and a purpose. He said, "I think that's not the way to make movies." I'll hand it to Cameron. He does give us characters in Avatar 2 that are grounded in a way that gives them power, love, and a purpose, but does that make his movies better than Marvel's and DC's? Not necessarily. So let's jump right into the gorgeous and sometimes hazardous ocean with Mr. Cameron's latest entry into the Na'vi saga. If you're looking for a mixture of live-action movie with CGI elements, let's go ahead and temper your expectations here, as this is primarily a computer animation movie with a sprinkling of live-action elements mixed in for good measure. Could this have been trimmed down from its 3+ hour runtime? Absolutely. Did it feel like it was a 3-hour movie? Not really, even with the slower moving parts, so go ahead and get that large soda. Chances are you won't miss any of the storyline. The artistry is incredibly impressive and immersive throughout. From its breathtaking vistas and sweeping horizons, the colorful flora like the anemonoid, to the fauna like the tulkun, a hyper-intelligent species of whale that are closely bonded to the new race of turquoise-hued tribe that we get introduced to early in the film, the Metkayina. The primary Metkayina, we are introduced to Arono, Sahik or spiritual leader and wife to Tonowari, proud chief of the tribe, Rhea, their thoughtful daughter, Ayunum, their mischievous son, all who joined the cast of the Na'vi from the first movie, which include Jake Sully, Neytiri, Kiri, their hybrid adopted daughter, Netiyam, their oldest child and warrior son, Loak, their impetuous second son, and Tuk, their precocious youngest child and daughter. They are all soon pulled into the battle against the humans and recombinants that are back to plunder and attempt to colonize Pandora for their own. The action is plentiful, but not overly confusing, even though the movie was shot in multiple frame rates to give it a much more fluid feel, with 48 frames per second being utilized for action and underwater sequences, and the more traditional 24 frames per second for slower sequences. That being said, your best viewing experience will be in IMAX 3D, but if you have access to a theater that is showing it in a standard 3D format, look for one that mentions HFR or high frame rate, with a single laser for a more optimum viewing experience. I won't go into the details of the story in order to keep away from spoilers, but I will mention that the storyline is a step above the original movie, even though it doesn't stray very far from the source material, so if you're expecting something very deep or thought-provoking, you may want to look elsewhere. The story does tend to focus on the children for several beats of the film, where they are acclimating to the ocean as well as their new friends, using dialogue that leaves the viewer wondering where exactly did they pick up Earth slang. But the characters also had some sweet and bonding moments. So, has director James Cameron succeeded in one-upping Marvel and DC with Avatar 2? No. But he has created a film that makes you care about his characters, and if that succeeds in making all the other movie studios put out better films, then I'm here for it. My takeaway and final word in Avatar 2, The Way of Water, is this. If you go in with your expectations in check, with the writing being on par with the first movie, and you're there first and foremost for the eye candy, the fight scenes, and some incredible CGI wizardry, you will walk out of the theater with a smile on your face. Bite-Sized Geek gives Avatar 2 7 skim wings out of 10. Tell me, what are your thoughts on Avatar 2, The Way of Water? Do you agree or disagree? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, consider giving us a thumbs up, or even better, like and subscribe, in order to keep up with the latest pop culture content here at Bite-Sized Geek. Catch you next time.